Hi.
Hello, everybody. Are you ready for summer camp?
Yeah.
We've got summer reading camp here with our rising first grader. She's going to be a great helper this week. We're having 4 days of summer camp reading instruction with a rising first grader. So you'll see some of the core Reading Simplified activities that make it super easy to teach reading, and also you'll see how a reader can accelerate. And we're going to see how far she can go in 4 days. I bet it's pretty far. Okay, so she's going to do a little coloring right now while I make a few announcements, and then we'll dive into instructing our rising first graders. So glad you're here at Reading Simplified, and I'm Marnie Ginsberg, and we've got a rising first grader here who is going to be our friend helping out. And she's going to color while I make these announcements, okay? If you're here, and we'd love to hear where you're coming in from. So let us know who you are and where you're from. So these are the 3 big announcements that today I'd like to share with you guys. Got a lot of exciting stuff coming this week and next week. So you may be able to participate in all of it or some of it. So I want you to be aware. First of all, I'm participating in this fun professional development event that's going on for 15 days, and it starts tonight. We're calling it ELA Live. English Language Arts teachers are coming on, one teacher every night for 15 days to share their best tips for making this a great year in English Language Arts. So we're going to have from August 1st to August 15th oh my goodness, I've got the wrong time. What a bad teacher. At 9 p.m. Eastern, okay? We're going to go with Eastern Standard Time, New York City time. At 9 p.m., we're going live from different teachers' Facebook page with different topics. And if you go to the post link above, under number 1, you'll find a blog post that I wrote where each teacher, blogger, author will have her link to go to her live page on the relevant night. So, for instance, on August 4th, I am going to be able to present one session through this Facebook page, Reading Simplified, and that will be about how to pinpoint any reading problem in 5 minutes. It's pretty awesome. I'm very excited for it. And so on August 4th at 9 p.m. Eastern, you would go to my Facebook page at Reading Simplified, and in the blog post above, under bullet point number 1, you'll find the link to be able to see my Facebook page and then any others. So on August 1st, tonight is our first teacher, and you'll find her name on the list on my blog post in that first link above. So I think that should be fun. Go to the blog post and at least see what topics are interesting to you, which nights you're available, which nights you could tune in. They'll just be short, really power-packed sessions to help teachers get ready for the new year. If you're in the US, Canada, or UK, you're ramping out for a new year. Or if you're somewhere like Australia or South Africa, maybe you could use a little boost in the middle of the year. Either way, it should be some fun, not the same old thing, because each night is a different teacher. So check that out. Secondly, as I started out with today, we're going to have our rising first grader for 4 days of summer reading camp. So you'll find us here every day, Tuesday through Friday of this week, August 1st through the 4th, at 11 a.m. Eastern. So come to this page of Reading Simplified, and we will show you some of the most efficient activities that we know to teach anyone how to read. So Alexis, I'm glad you're here. You're from Nebraska, I already know that. If anyone else is coming in, let us know where you're from. And then finally, I've got a free online workshop coming. It'll be rolling out next week. Don't have all the details set yet, so I want you to be sure that you know that you're on the readingsimplified.com email list, and because then you'll be able to find out the information as I get it all set together. That's right, hey, Alexis. So if you don't get emails from me, Marnie Ginsberg, excuse me, and you want to know more about this online workshop, which I'll tell you a little bit about in a second, make sure you go to readingsimplified.com and And grab any freebie you see there, because then you'll get on my email list and you'll get access to that free online workshop. So what is the workshop? Well, I ran out of room on my chalkboard, so I'll just tell you what I'm going to be sharing is really the most important information I have learned after 20 years of teaching reading. It is how just 3 activities a day can prevent reading difficulties. Really, that is it. And so I'm going to pack a bunch of powerful information and activities into that 1 hour and share with you how those 3 activities transform readers, whether they're beginning or strugglers. So please get on my email list so you can sign up for that online workshop. So that's all the announcements for this week. It's going to be this week and then next week with the ELA Live. We got a lot of exciting stuff happening. So if you're just tuning in, let us know where you're from. Thanks for being here. I made these announcements at the beginning. I'll make them at the end, but let's get moving into our summer reading camp with our rising first grader, okay? So Angela just said, I haven't been to the website yet. I will get there. Okay, I need lots of help with reading. I'm a special ed teacher. Okay, great. Angela, I'm so glad that you're here. You're in the right place. A lot of students of mine have been special education students, and they've very much benefited. I've also worked with teachers who have been special education teachers, and they see the power of this approach. It doesn't actually have to be a certain type of kid. It's really efficient for all types of learners, whether they're regular education, special education, whether they have been identified with dyslexia. It doesn't really matter. This is a really efficient, effective couple of techniques that gets them into cracking the code, becoming good readers so they want to read. And you're from Michigan. Awesome. I was just in Michigan at a fabulous summer camp. Oh, it was beautiful. And Alexis said you helped my son so much with the activities. Awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. Thank you very much. Okay. Anyone else popping in, let us know where you're from, and we will be getting started with our rising first grader and see which activities will serve her best. Okay? So you want to pull over your seat, and we'll move all of our technology around a little bit. Hopefully we won't wreck anything, as she says. That's right. We don't want to wreck anything. Okay, so come on over. Can you bring your chair over? And we're just going to transition to teaching our first grader in her first session. I just had a chance to assess her and check how she's doing. She's gotten a good report from her teacher. We're not really concerned about anything, but she's just doing great. And yet, first grade is such a vital year where you really want every student to get a super strong start. So a little enrichment can never hurt. So what we noticed already, we gave her an informal Reading Simplified snapshot assessment, and she did just great with the letter sounds, asking her most of these consonants and consonant digraphs. She had trouble with this consonant digraph and this one, so we may work on that this week. And then she had trouble with vowels. Okay, but other than that, she knew all of them. That's great. How many of you have rising first graders that know all of that? You are just doing great. She's above average. She's really doing well. And so then we also had her read some nonsense words to see what her approach was and to see how complex she could handle things. When we added adjacent consonants, was she able to handle that? When we added several adjacent consonants, was she able to handle that? She did well, and she got a score on our little assessment of, let's see, the drum roll, please. Yep, she's doing the drum roll because I'm too slow here, you guys. Sorry about that. She got 3 nonsense words right, 3 sound nonsense and 1 4-sound nonsense. But when it got into adjacent consonants at the beginning of the word, like P-L-O-N or B-R-U-D, it was a little hard, and that makes sense. Her approach was to do sound, 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 and we're going to tweak that and help it become easier for her. So look out for that today. And then finally, we did her a standardized test, the Woodcock-Johnson Reading Mastery Test, and she scored like a first grader in the 7th month. And on the word attack, that's the ability to read nonsense words, so that's awesome. And like in word identification, she scored like a first grader in the 4th month. So that is also awesome. She's doing really well. So we're just working with her today to boost her ability, but also to teach you how some of these activities can still make any reader, whatever their level, move along rapidly. And then one final thing, I'm working with her one-on-one because it happens to be easier for me because I don't have my own classroom right now, but this is tailor-made for small group instruction. So just imagine how this would also fit very well in small group instruction. Maybe take a little longer, but still be super efficient. Okay, let's stop talking and get into it. Are you ready? So the first thing we're gonna do is build a word. So I'm taking this switch it list from my website, and I'm gonna go through it with her. So let's build the word shot. Like I had to go to the doctor and get a shot.
Okay.
So can you build it down? Good, I like how you said that, Very good, let's put each of these on a separate line. Can you guys see those lines? We have some line, may not be that easy to see, I'll just zoom in there. We've got lines down there to show how each sound is a different line. It's got a different space, or it's a visual marker for something that's hard to hear. So she got that earlier. That was hard for her, but I taught it to her and she's picked it up. Plus with the multiple choice environment, only a few sounds, it was fairly easy. Okay, so you built the word shot. Tell me each sound separately. And the word is?
Shot.
Shot. Have you gotten some shots at the doctor's office?
One.
Oh, okay.
Each.
One on each arm, okay.
No, one at each appointment.
One at each appointment, okay. Now let's switch it to shop. Sometimes I like to go and shop with my children. Great, so she's doing the segmenting of 3 sound words, and she's gonna be moving every position in a word. Let's change it to ship. Have you ever been on a big ship?
Once I did like a car drove on the ship and then we got out.
Oh, like a ferry. That's a special kind of ship. That's cool. Okay, you've got shop. Change it to ship. Oh, Angela, I'm glad that you can see this and it's perfect. Sweet. Thanks for sharing that.
Shop.
She's got shop, but you need ship. We actually need to keep the p. You have shop. We need to switch it to ship. Which one are we going to take away? That's right. We don't need the ah. What sound do we need? Let's just figure out the sound first. Eh. Which one is eh? That's it. Now let's check each sound. And the word is?
Ship.
Ship. One day you'll be on maybe another ship. Okay. The next one is shin. Can I touch your shin? This is your shin.
Yeah. Sometimes, like when I was.
You already knew it.
You
sometimes hit your shin and it hurts.
Yeah, but instead we put like this stuff on it because when I'm playing soccer.
Oh, right.
But one time at
cover up your shins.
A person kicked so hard that the ball hit his eye.
Yikes, that can happen. Okay, you got ship. Switch it to shin. If you have any questions, pop them in there and we will talk as we go. Okay, check the sounds. And the last one, and the whole thing?
Shin.
Okay, let's switch it to thin. This paper is very thin, not thick.
Yeah.
Okay, got shin. Switch it to thin. And I didn't give you the. Good. So that's interesting. Thin. When she saw these in isolation, it was hard for her, so she's not super good. But when she has a multiple choice environment, she's able to do it. So that's great. It's going to get.
On the back.
I know. Sometimes I double up with the cards. Okay, so you made thin. Check the sounds. And let's just make this really short without the at the end, like this. Real short. Just. And the word is. Okay, those are 3 sounds. Was it hard for her to manipulate the sounds and words, to figure out which one to take out and which one to pull in with 3 sounds?
Only one.
Yeah, it wasn't hard for you to do that. So that's a sign that we need to kick it up a level. And I already knew that because I did a pre-assessment on her. But I also wanted to focus on these consonant digraphs and give her some extra practice. So she switched these in and out, and that will get her learning them more quickly. Okay, so let's move the board around. I'm going to go to the next list and move up to My hardest level here for real words, or near the hardest level, CCVCC words, though that's 4 5-sound words, okay? So let me set the board up. We're gonna make the word stand. Stand up. Or would you like to sit down to do this? Sit. She'd rather sit. Okay. Angela says she loves the vocab building you are doing while building words and decoding. Yes, thank you. Every time that she does the work, if we can elaborate on it or define it, it will really help. Make sure she knows what we're talking about, and also just be enrichment for language. Okay, you've got stand. Let's switch it to, we're going to have to take one thing away to make sand, like there's sand at the beach. I feel the sand in my toes. Yeah. Oh, she's got it. She took out the toe. Okay, let's move it over. Do we have sand?
Yeah.
Let's check it.
Sand.
And this is kind of and this one's and the whole word is?
Sand.
Sand. Okay. Now we're going to switch it to band. Do you like to listen to bands play music?
Sometimes, like one time I listened. I think I listened. Sometimes I listened. Sometimes I listen some in the car.
Okay, yeah. Bands are in the car, absolutely. Let me know if you have any questions, you guys. Okay, switch it from sand to band. So still we're just working with 4, but we're going to go to 5. What sound is that?
Yeah.
We're making band. But yes, with the assessment, I know she's got some BD reversals, very typical, but we'll work it out with this activity because it's going to contrast them right here. We've got the 2. What are the sounds in band? And the whole word is?
Band.
Okay, we're going to have to add something to make it into brand. Coca-Cola is a brand. Brand. We're going to add something. We're actually going to not take anything away this time, so I'm tricking you. So we've got band. We need brand. So we need to add something. Where do you think it needs to be added? Brand. We have band. Switch it to brand. What's that sound that's added? Do you have a you don't? Silly Miss Marnie. If you have any questions, you guys, let me hear them. Okay, where does the need to go? Because right now you have bander. We need brand. We need brand. Let's just move everything down. Let's see, maybe, does that work? Check it. Brand, yeah. And maybe if you get some clothes at Target on the label, will it say like something at Target or some brand that Target makes? That's like a brand. Or what's your favorite drink? This is something you might get at the store. Do you have a soda that you ever get to have as a treat?
No, like sometimes Maggie makes me like lemonade and it's like lemonade's closed.
Well, there's one brand called Country Time, I think. There may be other brands, different companies that make different.
And there's like this kind of soda.
Yeah.
And when you mix them together, it makes like.
Ooh, fizzy lemonade.
It's like something.
Sounds cool. So you can have any company that has like that wants to sell you something. Usually has a brand of some sort.
Yeah.
Like mine is Reading Simplified. That is my brand. I don't sell Coca-Cola or Sprite or lemonade, do I? I'm not those brands. Or McDonald's, those are other brands. Okay, you did brand really well, even though I didn't explain it that well. Okay, we're taking away something and turn it into Brad. Brad is a boy's name. What are you going to take away? You have brand. Switch it to Brad. Angela says you're doing a great job. Oh, you did it. Let's check it. Oh, I want you to say like a dog is growling at you. And the word is?
Brad.
She's been kind of saying as like a what. Okay, you've got Brad. Then that's enough for switch it. So what we did was work on Consonant diagrams. We worked on phonemic manipulation, which is so important for reading unknown words. And we also worked on a little bit of short vowel knowledge. And can you grab those markers? Now we're going to do read it. This is where we're going to put the sounds together. A minute ago we were separating them, segmenting them, and also manipulating them. Now I want her to put the sounds together. And as I mentioned earlier, she was doing a good job with the sound approach, but we want her to try a different approach. So first, let's see what you would try with this.
Jump.
Oh, that was easy. She nailed it. Okay. Jump. Do you like to jump?
Yeah. Like, sometimes in kindergarten there's this, like, if you're good, and then they tell you to do something.
Yeah.
And then it says, if you're a boy, and then it says,
Do something different?
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to jump.
Yeah, but sometimes they will be silly, and when they say boy, a girl does it, and when it's a girl, the boys do it.
That's funny.
So,
Would you like to pick a marker? So we're going to emphasize how to do blend as you read with the next one. But she did it actually on her own. So I'll teach that with the next word. But now with jump, I want you to say each sound and write it separately. So write this and say j. J. Just j. And then And that's good because earlier she had gotten that confused. She was saying what? You got jump. Very good. Okay, what word did you build? Jump. Let's do the erase game. Ready? Start over here, and we say the sounds as we do it. So it's extra practice. J, just j. So we did the phonemics blending. We did phonemic segmentation twice because she had to write it and she had to erase it.
Okay.
Let's first figure out what the word is.
Swim.
Wow, you're doing great.
I just went to swim.
She went to swimming. So she put those sounds together as she went. Earlier, before I noticed she do and it was harder for her, but now she's starting to put things together, and that's really good. Okay, say the sounds as you do it. Okay, the word is swim. I bet you can do it without even looking. I'm going to really challenge you. No, you got that right. You got that right.
Just making my S a little better.
Very nice. Okay, so she's done 4 sounds, and she did the consonants at the beginning, and that wasn't too hard for her. Remember how we do the erase game? Go back and say each sound separately. So I'm going to make it harder for her, and I'm going to do 5 sounds because I want to challenge her phonemic blending ability and also practice short vowels. We're going to do a lot. Okay.
Swoop.
Oh, okay. She said swoop and then sweep. Let's check the sounds and put them together. So far we got what?
Sweet.
No?
It.
Let's check this one. What is this one by itself? Okay, so put those 2 together. Uh-huh. St. Okay, don't forget the st. It goes at the beginning. So, and then add this sound. St. St. And then add this one. Put them together. St. You're right. If this was over here, it would be sat. But we've got this order. We've got st. And then add this sound. St. And put them all together.
Sat.
It's actually, look at it, it's st. So I say sta, and I want to hold this and sing it. Sta. No, we had sta, and then we need to add that next sound. Stam. And what's the last sound? Stam.
Stamp.
Yeah. Do you hear a word? That's right. You got the p at the end. Did you hear a word?
Yes.
Stamp.
stamp?
Is that a word you know?
Yeah, it's like so you put it in
The ink?
and then you put
Yeah, like this, yeah. Okay, so she did the word stamp, and it was hard. I had to help her to get the first three things blended together because the adjacent consonants at the beginning are tricky. But the next word will be easier, and the word after that will be even easier. So this is a really important kind of next level for her because she could do 3 sounds, she could do 4 sounds without my help, and now she might help with 5 sounds. So that means we're in the right spot.
So it gets harder, easier. It doesn't really make sense.
We started with easy, jump, and we got to the harder, stamp. Okay, now you write stamp as you say the sound. And I'm going to erase it because I noticed she was looking at it to spell it, and I really want her to be hearing the sounds. Okay, so you could hear the word stamp, so you can say the sounds in stamp. Stamp. What word did you write?
Stamp.
Okay, can you do the erase game? Say the sounds from the beginning as you do it. So far she's just done short vowels. So switch it and read it are really good for the short vowel level. Tomorrow we'll work on the next level up, which would be advanced phonics, long vowels, and all those other tricky vowels in the English language. But first we wanted to kind of shore up her foundation at the short vowel level. Okay, so that was awesome. High five. Switch it and read it. Now the last thing we're going to do, this is her first session, so we don't have a rereading thing to do, but we can do some new text reading. So I have here for first graders, I've got guided reading passages that review all the short vowels. So we're going to pick something out, okay? So
I got a second grade book then.
I bet you did. This one's kind of fun. Let's choose between these two. Which one do you think would be the best one? If you're just popping in, say hi and tell us where you're from. Which one do you want to read? These are sentences that you match with a picture, and this is a short story. Okay, so she had 2 different choices. Notice there's a lot of focus on short vowels and some high frequency words, and she chose the one with the bright pictures. And we also have some high frequency words here at the top, so let's go over those. Do you know this word? This is a word that pops up a lot. You may not know it. If you don't know it, I'll help you. Okay, this is the word which, like which way you're going to go. Notice the sounds. This is which. See those sounds? And here's capital which. Tell me the sounds with me. Which. Which way are you going to go? Are you going to go to the right or to the left? And then this word, do you know this one? It looks like what, but we actually say what. What did you have for breakfast? Because this is normally you're right, but in this funny word, it's So we're going to say the sounds in this word. What. So we have which, and we have what. Very good. And we've been working her for a while, so how about we do 2 jumping jacks? Let's get our body moving, okay? Let them see your jumping jack. You go. They want to see yours. They don't want to see mine. Okay, ready? 1, 2. Hands up all the way at the top. Very good. Okay. You feeling the energy now? So we're going to read a little bit of this and then sign off, you guys. So let's figure out where these which sentence matches which picture. Okay, so we've got the word which and we got the word what. What do we read here?
Which dog?
That's a b.
Ig.
That's an Which b.
G.
What's the word?
Bug.
Which bug
is red and she.
That's Which bug is red and you're almost done. Let's just do 1 and we'll sign off. I've worked too hard today because I did that pre-test. Which bug is red and has Okay, let me show our fans. Which bug is red and has dots? That's what she read with a little support. Yes.
It's red and has dots.
Very good. You read it. Let's watch me do it again. Which bug is red and has dots? You figured it out. Which bug is it?
This one.
And then what's it called?
Ladybug?
Yeah, you got it.
But
okay.
The ladybug's different. These supposed to be black.
Oh, that's funny. You're right. It's more of a cartoon. It's not a realistic version. It's kind of like a ladybug.
Yeah.
Would you like to draw more on your heart? You've done a great job. Maybe you can read this with your mom tonight. Thank you. Oh, I bet everybody wants to give you some hearts. You want to wave goodbye? Thanks for arriving first grade. First day of summer camp over. She's done swimming and she's done reading, and it's not even 11 o'clock here where we live, so she's had a full morning. Give her some love for all of her hard work, okay, you guys? And then I'll make some announcements and we'll sign off. Okay. Thank you so much. You want to take those markers and can keep working on her heart? She's doing a heart on dry erase. So if you missed the beginning, let me just recap some of the big announcements for this week, okay? Oh, she needs the chair. There you go. Just pull that around. So I am part of a week of professional development called ELA Live. Lots of English language arts teachers, mostly middle school and high school teachers, giving tips about how to make it a great year in English language arts. Some of this will be beneficial to you, however, if you teach readers and writers of any age. And so each night will be a different teacher, blogger, curriculum developer, starting tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. It goes from August 1st through the 15th. And if you go to the post above, under point number 1, you'll find a link to see where each topic is listed for each of the 15 nights, and to see the link to the Facebook page of each teacher or blogger. So each night you can check out to see which ones are applicable to you. I especially want to invite you to August 4th at 9 p.m. Eastern here at Reading Simplified, where I'm going to share with you how to pinpoint the source of most reading problems in just 5 minutes. There are some things that we are lacking as English teachers in typical practice, at least in the US and I think in many other countries. And if we had some slightly different tests to use, especially with kids that we're concerned about, we would find the sources of the problem and then know how to address it. So I think that will be very exciting for you guys. Come to see me on August 4th at 9 p.m. That's Friday at 9 p.m. And I'll also be giving away some free information, free PDFs. And then you just saw us get summer reading camp kicked off with a rising first grader. She's doing great. She's not behind. We still want to consolidate her skills and kind of rocket her into a strong first grade. So we're going to be going live Tuesday through Friday, which started today at 11 a.m. Eastern. Okay, and then finally, I'm going to be giving a big workshop called 3 Activities a Day to keep reading difficulties away, and that will start next week. I don't have it all situated yet, so please be sure to get on the readingsimplified.com email list so you can find out when this free workshop will come, because this will be basically the most important information that I have learned after 20 years of being a reading teacher, English teacher, a tutor, a university researcher, and a doc student forever and ever. So this will be really meaty stuff, and I want you to be able to find out about it. So that free online workshop is coming soon. Go to readingsimplified.com and grab any freebie you see on any of the pages. Then that will put you on the email list so you'll find out about what's coming. Okay, so we've got a lot coming, and I hope that this is exciting for you to think about one or many of these events, and stay tuned. If you haven't already, make sure you turn on your notifications for Reading Simplified, so when we go live, and if you have the time to watch, you won't miss anything, okay? Thanks for being here, and we'll be back tomorrow. And stay tuned tonight at 9 o'clock for our first blogger on ELA Live. Thanks for being here.